Good morning everybody, it's Wednesday 9:40 and we are just leaving the Northern General Hospital as we've been bringing loved ones into care. Well, that's what we're doing, not as we were. So it's a lovely winter's morning, nice and sunny in Sheffield. Everybody what's following us from around the globe, frosty though this morning, and it's 2 degrees at the moment. See, you even get a weather forecast on this channel. Let me just turn that down a bit. That's better. So anyway, yesterday on Facebook somebody had put on from other end of Sheffield, could anybody recommend a funeral director, and then my name had popped up, so obviously I was notified about it, and I was looking down comments and they were mentioning different funeral directors, people who they'd used in Sheffield, and our name come up quite a few times. Obviously one or two trolls jumped on it. Don't use him, don't use him. Behind the keyboard, obviously. You always get that. Queen used to get it, Pope gets it. I mean, look at Jesus. He weren't a bad bloke, really. 33, they crucified him. That's how you think about people. Don't listen to them, they're nutters. So, back to what I'm putting on this morning. At that end of Sheffield, where this family obviously don't know who to use, it's probably the first time they've come across someone passing away at home. They've got plenty of funeral directors up that end. So you've got John Heaths, you've got Co-op on Bevan Way, they're brilliant. You've got Eric Kerr, he's probably best up that end because he's a proper independent funeral director, old Eric, and he's been going a long time. Go and look at his premises, they're beautiful. Eric Kerr's premises are absolutely stunning. It's perfect. He has a proper room where loved ones are dressed and got ready. He's got his own fleet of cars. He's got his own team. It's probably been my favourite up that end. You've got eggs. What I would suggest you do is don't rush choosing a funeral director. You can save yourself literally thousands of pounds because they all charge different rates. That's the trouble with this industry. They can charge what they want. Ring round, have a chat to some funeral directors. If you were picking a care home for your mum or your dad, you'd go and have a look at it first. You know what I mean? You won't just say, yeah, I'm sending my dad next week to your place. You'd go in and you'd have a look, and you'd look at his bedroom and, you know, facilities they've got. And that's what people should do with funeral directors. You're placing the most treasured possession on this planet, your loved ones, into their care. Funeral industry really does need regulating. I've been saying it for bloody 16 years now. It needs regulating by government, not by trade organisations who look after big boys mainly, except obviously National Federation of Funeral Directors, who we're members of. They're for independent funeral directors. And SAFE, another one, absolutely brilliant, SAFE, they're for independent funeral directors. So your big companies, your co-ops and your dignities, they can't join them two because they dominate National Federation of Funeral Directors. I'm not knocking Co-op, but a few years since there was a programme on Channel 4 with Co-op, and it was vile how they were treating people. It was terrible. They were, Google it, Channel 4 Dispatchers Cooperative Funeral Service. I'm not slating them, don't get me wrong, this isn't a program, this isn't a thing about slating Co-op, but they were outed on Channel 4. Yet they were members at National Federation of Funeral Directors. If that had been an independent funeral director, they'd have been thrown out at NAFD. But they weren't. No happened. Nothing at all. And I did ring NAFD and said, this is ridiculous. They've just been on a TV programme and nothing's happening. And they just weren't. They just said, oh, well, it's not to do with you, Michael. No ever is when it's something like that. So, ring round my advice, your local independent funeral directors. Go and look at the premises. Go and say, you know, where are actually you going to keep my mum or my dad or whoever it is? Go and have a look there. Make sure that they've got proper fridges. You know what I mean? Just chapels of rest. See how many they've got. And if they say, we've only got one, think, well, what happens when you've got 3 or 4 people in to be visited? You know, it's like musical chairs, but with coffins. You don't want that. And make sure that you've got the proper facilities, a proper embalming theatre, a proper dressing area where loved ones are dressed. That's totally separate to hotels. Ask to have a look at the cars. You know, the funeral directors will be more than happy to show you their own fleet of vehicles. They'll be more than happy to tell you about their team. And that's what you, when you're picking a funeral director, that's what you need to look at. You know, it's not any idiot can put a sign outside a dilapidated old building and put funeral directors. That's the trouble. Anybody can do it. You don't need anything to be able to do it. You can just set up a funeral home. Anybody can. Buy a van and call it an ambulance. That's why the entire funeral industry needs regulating, and you need you should have to have a license. There ain't no licenses. No funeral director in England or Wales has a license. They do in Scotland, so they actually have to have a license in Scotland to be a funeral director. Their premises have to be checked and inspected, not by trade organisations, because they don't. Just because you're in National Association of Funeral Directors or SAFE, you don't have to have fridges. It's not a legal requirement. We've had fridges from day one. That's John Eves going past. Good lads, them Eves, nice lads. So, and if you're watching Adam and Jason, I know you probably will be, good morning. How nice am I? So, you don't have to, just because they're in an organisation doesn't mean that they have got everything. They haven't, right? They don't have to have everything. They just put, we're working towards getting fridges. We're working towards having this. And once they've said that, they're working towards it, they become a member. What really is subscriptions. That's what a lot of them go on. And it shouldn't be about just subscriptions. They should say, no, you can't open until you've got sufficient adequate fridges. You can't open until you've got sufficient adequate areas for dressing. The entire industry is crazy. You shouldn't get commission for selling a more expensive coffin, should you, David?
You shouldn't, no.
I forgot. Oh, they're all looking at us on bus. Morning! They'll not understand what I'm saying because half of them look like they're from Romania, I think. What they're doing on bus anyway? They thought they'd get taxis, most of them, don't they? And they've got their own cars. Oh, they're all on the mobile phones anyway. That's nice to see all Romanians keeping up with the foreign counterparts back in their country. See, I believe we should have asylum. I think it's a bloody good thing, asylum. People say I'm racist, I'm not. We should let people into this country, put them in a British Army uniform, send them back out to sort that country out they've come from. That's my view on it. What we need to do in this country is look after us own. Quite simple. Because we've got us own old people who don't put the heating on. Anyway, I'm going. Because there's blue lights behind me and he says, follow me. No, he don't. I'm only kidding. Have a fantastic day, everybody, and we will catch you all later. We've just been at Northern General. I've got to go back, and then we're going back to Northern. Taking that off just so I can turn this off, because I ain't got my click yet, because it's not Christmas.